Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy Daz from the Business Mastermind, and today I am coming at you with the topic of planning your success. And the reason I decided to talk about that today is because a lot of times, you know, people, ever since I was a kid, I always hear people, even now, I'm like a grown man now. And even now, I hear people, like people that I either talk to or, that I'm friends with, or just, you know, in general, like you don't even have to know them, but like you may hear people just talking and passing or having a conversation or something like that, right? People always say, and I'm sure you heard this before, stuff like, I want to be rich, or I want this car, or I can't wait till I get $1 million, or I can't wait to get whatever, right? But they never actually plan it and actually make it happen. They think it's just gonna magically appear, or they think it's just gonna, just somehow mysteriously just come into their lives or whatever, right? Now, I think the last video I did, I was talking about, or one of the videos I did previously, I was talking about just thinking, right, about whatever you want, and like successful thinking, and like the secret to success, stuff like that, just by thinking about something, right? But that's only half of the pie, or that's only half of the equation or whatever. Because just like the last video I did, it was entitled Taking Action, Just Do It, right? All of that ties in together. Because, yeah, of course you have to think about it and imagine yourself having whatever you want, and then the next step is, of course, taking action, taking action to get whatever you want. But a third step, I think, to complement those steps is actually planning it out, like planning your success. Because you can actually take action, and I fell victim to this myself. You can actually be doing something, like really doing a lot of stuff, but in reality, not be doing anything at all, if that makes any sense. Like you can actually be working on like a whole bunch of um, things, doing a lot of stuff, but not actually getting anything done. You know what I mean? Like, for example, what can I use? So, say for example, you are okay. Say you want to get into real estate, right? Like selling real estate, like wholesaling or something like that. Real estate investing. I know, and like I said, I did it myself before, so I know how it is. But it's like you don't know, you're not aware of it until you actually hear someone bring that out, or someone make it known to you, and then you just can look at yourself and like, wow, like, yeah, I do that. But just say you want to become a real estate investor, right? But this can be with anything. A lot of times people, they actually do take action, because taking action could just be as simple as, you know, starting on a path, like as far as like maybe learning about something or studying something or, you know, reading or watching, you know, online courses, videos, or whatever, right? And sometimes that can be a hindrance, even though that's you're taking action. But sometimes it's such thing as overdoing it or taking too much, doing too much or taking too much action, but not actually getting anything done, if that makes any sense. Okay, let me break it down a little further. Say, like I said, you're trying to do real estate investing, right? And in reality, it's the most simplest thing in the world. I remember I was studying it, right? Like maybe a couple years ago. It's the most simplest thing in the world. I can literally tell you in 1 minute or 2 minutes how to do it. Like everything from beginning to end, right? But people, like I remember I was taking a course about real estate investing, and it's like, and this is understandable when you're new. You want to learn as much as possible. But the thing is, you're never really going to be fully 100% ready. It's like, learn what you need to learn and step out into the real world and actually start doing it. Because you can study and study and study and study, or listen to podcasts. Well, watch videos, video. Keep watching everything, blah, blah, blah. Read books. But if you never actually plan to put into action the steps and just do what you were thinking about, which is step number 1, step number 2 is taking action, right? And then I think step number 3 is actually planning those steps and actually doing it, if that makes sense. Because, like I said, you can just study. And it's like you're afraid to actually do the real thing. Like you feel like you're doing a lot because you're studying, you're reading, watching video after video. You know what I mean? But and just talking about it. But you never actually do it. So that's what I mean by you can actually be doing a lot of really nothing. Like, even though that is one of the, you know, the steps, well, that's one of the components of getting something done, or, you know, getting close to your goal is the education, of course, or whatever it may be that you're doing. But if you're overdoing that, or if you're doing that too much, and you never go to the next level of actually implementing or actually doing it, then it really doesn't mean anything. It's like you're just reading, studying, you know, talking about it, or looking at videos, or listening to podcasts, or whatever. But the thing is, you have to actually do it. Just put it into action, which is what I was saying in my last video. So the way to do that is just to plan it out. It's like, first think about what you want, of course. Then you can take action as far as going to research or to seek information about whatever it is you want, how to get it. Then either study or talk to somebody, or read or watch videos or whatever. However you get the information, then do that. Then the third step is to actually plan out your final course of action, which is actually implementing and doing and going after what it is that you want. Like, actually begin the process of doing it. No, not necessarily just learning about it, but actually beginning the process. Because I'm gonna tell you something right now. And I know a lot of people like this. Like, they ask me stuff and I tell them exactly how to do something, right? I could tell them exactly what to do. But they'll say something like, yeah, I just need to go ahead and do it. Or, yeah, I just need to get it done. Then, like 3 months later down the line, they ask you the exact same thing again. You tell them the same thing, exactly how to do whatever they ask you about. And then they say, yeah, you're right, man. Or, yeah, I need to just go ahead and do it. Like, dude, just do it already. Like, why are you taking so long? Just do it. Do it. Because think about it. The only way you're going to learn is to actually do it. Because if you're not actually immersing, I think that's how you say it. Yeah, immersing yourself into whatever you want to do. You're not going to even know what you need to do to actually get whatever you need to get, if that makes sense. So you need to immerse yourself. Like, for example, if you didn't even start the first step of just even, I'm talking about past the learning and studying and stuff. I'm talking about actually doing. Because you're going to find out a lot of stuff just by even trying to do something that you don't know about, that you didn't read in a book. You know what I mean? Like, you might try to actually start doing something, and then something might come up or pop up that you're like, oh, like, wow, like, I didn't even know. I didn't read about this, or I didn't know about that, or they didn't tell me about this, or I didn't see this, or blah, blah, blah. And then it might stop you, bring you to a halt, but then you can work on whatever that is and get that taken care of, you know what I'm saying? Or even sometimes, this is the really, I hate when this happens. Even sometimes, like, say for example, you think you got to do all of this stuff, right? So you like start doing a whole bunch of stuff, studying or trying to do all of this big, stuff all in advance, or overdoing, like overkilling the information or whatever. And then when you finally do it, it's like all that stuff you did, all of that studying, it's like none of that, they don't even need it, or you don't even need none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need any of the stuff that you actually study, or whatever you were doing or building or writing or whatever. It's like the qualifications, is like, or the prerequisites, when you actually go do it, they're like, oh yeah, you don't need that. And you probably spent hours or months or whatever preparing all of this stuff, and then you come to find out you don't even need it. So the point is, what I'm saying is, just plan out your success, basically. Just think about it. Take action, which is like just finding out what exactly you need. And then make a plan after you like find out and learn. Then make a plan and actually execute the plan. Just like actually begin or start, like just start doing it. You know what I mean? So that's the only way to actually start planning your success. Don't just say, oh, Actually, let me get back to the original point. Don't just think like, oh, okay, I want $1 million, or I want to be rich, or I want this car, or whatever, right? But you never even made a plan on how to actually get it. So all of that stuff goes back into what I was saying. You gotta of course you think about it, it's something you want. But then plan to get it. And then when you get it, it's a success. Because you planned it out. You did the due diligence, whatever it took or whatever it was that you needed to do to get whatever you wanted. And then eventually it'll become a reality. And then therefore your success. So don't just talk about something like, oh, I just want this new house, or I want $1 million, or I want a car, or blah, 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 whatever it is. Or I want to go to school. Do it. Sit down, think about something, write it down. You know what I mean? Like write a to-do list or steps or whatever. And then just start taking action, and then going down the list, crossing off, each step. And basically that's planning your success. All right, and with that being said, I am out of here. I have to go take care of some business. All right. So anyway, go check us out, businessmastermind.com. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and I will talk to you later.